In this training video on HLS, I will continue where I left off on the last, where I created a pixel megatree. This time I will show you how to create a pixel roof line and how to display that within the new HLS Preview. I'll also show you some of the keyboard commands and other such things that will allow you to edit within the preview. So let us assume that our roof line, we're going to run 2 pixel strings which contain 42 pixels of string. So if we're going to have 2 of those, we want to have 84 pixels. So we're going to have 84 pixels. I'm going to come down here. Since these are going to be pixels, we need to make them RGB. Now, we're going to define them as 2 separate strings. So in order for us to be able to name them and keep them strings, we're going to come over and look at help just one more time. And we're going to use this type of macro. We're going to name them 42, comma, roof line, asterisk 1, underscore percent. We click. Obviously, I got something wrong. I'm going to type help again. Forgot my @ sign. Now we click. So, I have named these roofline 1, roofline 2, each of which contain 42 pixels. Now, we want to display these. So let's go up here to roofline 1. We're going to make all of these, since our last preview ended up on 32, let's start the roof line on 40. So we're going to put all of these in one display group, 40, because what we're going to want, from a preview perspective, we just want a single line. That's going to contain all 84 pixels. So from a preview point of view, we're going to have a single line containing 84 pixels. We're going to save that. Now we go over to preview. I always recommend bringing your floating toolbar down. And now we have our pixel tree. And up here we're going to do the roof line. So the way you start is you click line. If you notice it turns green, that means it's active. That means when you left click inside of the preview window, you will lock the starting point of the line. Now, when you're dealing with a line object and you're dealing with pixels, pixel number 1 will start where the line begins. When you define it, I normally will display starting at channel 1. There'll be a button I'll show you where you can tell me to go in reverse. So we're going to click the left button, which starts my rubber band. Now when I click it left again, it locks it. Now I want to continue this segment up. It would be very difficult for me to kind of put the cursor right on top, so HLS has a feature when you're doing a line object, right mouse click. When you right mouse click, it automatically attaches where it left off. We left mouse click, it locks it down. Right mouse click, we have a line, we bring it to the roof line, we lock it. Right mouse click, we have a line, and we lock it. Now, it's all locked. Let's say I made a mistake. In the line function, I can backspace. One backspace effectively unlocks it. Second backspace takes me back. Your backspace will back up right on through the process to where you first started. So I'm at the end of line segment 3. I can do a right space and I can redraw and place my segment. Now when the object has been set and you're done defining the object, whether it's a tree, a line, a triangle, whatever, you tell HLS that you've completed identifying the description of that object by hitting the space bar. Upon which we come up with the description here. We're going to tell HLS that that line consists of 84 pixels. Let's give it a name. Call it roof line. And we click on name. We're going to say it's multiple pixels. We can click on the blue, and we come down here and we can find our roof line. There is roof line 1. I'm going to start at channel 1, and I will progressively move to 84. You see where it says assign channels in reverse? If you click that, then I would start here and I would run backwards. Now, if your roof line in actuality was going to have 2 strings fed from the middle point, you would want to then define your roof line as 2 line segments. The first one on the left being driven in reverse, the second one on the right being driven normally. We click OK. We have our 84, we have our starting group and our number. We click OK, and now we have our pixels that are defined, 84 pixels. Let's go ahead and hit save. Well, before we hit save, if we had more than one line object and we wanted to know which one was roof line, we can hit show and it will highlight it. Okay? So let us hit save. Save is complete, and we'll exit out. Now we've identified our roof line. Now we want to paint something on the roof line so we can see it. Since it's a pixel, I'm going to want to treat that all as one segment. We're going to look at it 2 ways. So let's create a segment, which is a virtual channel that will contain multiple channels. We're going to call this roof segment. And this roof segment will contain all of our roof line channels. So there's channel, all 84 channels. Now we've got a virtual single channel that actually consists of 84 separate channels. I can go up here now, and now I want to display something. So I want to create a new display identifier. We're just going to call it roof line. We'll call it roof line, but underscore, we're going to identify this one as the segment because we may want to identify it as individual channels here. So we want to identify our segment. And now we want to display it. So what do we want to display? We want to display our roofline segment. So now we have a virtual channel that actually contains 84 pixels in it. Now, when you're dealing with a segment, anything you do on this will apply to each and every pixel. So let us create a simple, almost 3.5 second effect. We're going to make it red. But what we're going to want to do is let's make it shift colors over time. Now, this will be a little bit of HLS training if you're jumping in brand new. If you click on the beginning of the effect, you're actually moving the effect. We don't want to move it. We want to select it. So you hold the control key down and click at the beginning. That begins the selection process within the effect. Create the whole effect. Right click. We want to do a chase RGB colors horizontally. Let us go from red and let us go to blue. Now we have a complete color shift. Let's save it. And let's see what it looks like. We'll do a preview. I'm going to rebuild here just so I have no ghosts, and I hit play. And my roof line fades from one color to another. Let us go back and identify a different group. We're going to identify a new group. This time, we're going to call this new display group. Roofline pixels, because we're going to look at all 84 channels. Come on. There we go. We don't want the segment. Well, I'll take them all and then I'll uncheck it. How's that? Now I have a new display group, and I'm going to display it. It's called Roofline Pixels. Now if you notice, this is the effects that we applied in the segment, and they're all there. Let's come over here. Let us do let's do it. Oh, hit escape. We're going to come all the way on down. I want to take all of them. There we go. I've created now a selection box that's a little over 1.5 seconds for all the pixels. And I'm going to create a ramp down within them. I'm then going to turn around, Control at the top, and I'm going to make this whole selection again. I'm going to right click, I'm going to perform action, and I'm going to say chase this group, select a corner. Now I'm going to pick this corner and I'm going to pull it. And I'm going to pull it. And I'm going to pull it. And we'll go over here to 23 seconds. We'll hit escape. Let's save it. Now, what we've done is we've created a chasing red pixel effect. Let's see what it looks like. Build it. And let's play it. Now watch the roof line. There's the color shift. And now she'll start chasing. There she goes.
The most famous classic
Chasing up
in all the
all the way down and around. And there she goes. So the purpose of this training was to show you how to use pixels in a line object so you could define them, say in a roof line or whatever. The next training video will take the next step. Have a nice day.